Alright, hey guys, today I'm doing another video. This is going to be different because I'm actually going to be using my webcam to record myself while I'm doing this sort of tutorial type thing. So yeah, this is going to be my first ever time doing this sort of thing. So yeah, today I'm going to be doing another character from the Jesse Gil Story. This is going to be one of the main antagonists of season 2. This is Chase Handerbee. I used one of his earlier models for one of my assignments I did in college, but then I decided to redesign him to make him a lot bigger, a lot more stronger looking, a lot more menacing. I thought I wanted Chase to be almost the exact same build as Jesse Gil, but then I thought that's no fun because I want the villain of season 2 to be more of a challenge. So I decided to go with a better version of him. Kept most of his principal design, but then I just changed a little bit. Alright, so what we're going to do here again is we're going to make 3 layers. This one is our image layer. Boop, 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 doop. And I have to go around my microphone, so it's going to take me longer to type. This is going to be my guide layer. This is going to be Chase. Let's put that in there. Chase Handerbee. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to unlock the Chase guide. We're going to go with the guides guideline. And we're just going to make some guides. And what we're going to do is, like I said, find the intercept points of each line. And my computer's acting a little bit funny because it's trying to use webcam and everything at the same time. So it's going a little bit crazy, but that's fine. We're going to go from the outside. Then we're going to invert that just because we don't want it in our way. The reason I'm doing this hairline is because I need to have the hairline done so that when I come back to do the face line will intercept with the hairline pretty well. And I'm just sort of freeballing it right now because it's probably going to change when I go to build it or when I build them. So I'm not really going to worry about it. Now let's put that there. There, that's finished. Now what I can do is, now that line's there, I can go here, click here, and create that, but that's not right. There we go, right there. Right there. Alright, so that's done. Let me go over here and create this. And that is finished. So yeah, I'm filming this in the new year. It is 12:41 a.m. where I'm at. And I'm off for 3 days at where I work. And yeah, thought I would make a video. I've been meaning to make one for a while because we have some news. Nothing big, just some general of what I've been up to and what's going on and all that good jazz. So, sorry, I'm just focusing here for a moment because I want to get this done. There we go. But yeah, so what have I been working on? Well, I've been working on something pretty big. I've actually been working on a business plan to get my own studio, and you guys are asking, well, what do I need a business plan for? Well, I'm gonna be opening up my own studio. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and do it with my school, and then I can get my own studio, and then I can start doing some actual animation work and getting paid to do it, which would be nice. You know, getting paid to do what I learned to do in college, be nice. And yeah, there's just a lot of opportunity right now for me to do that, so I decided to, you know, draft up a business plan with some help from my mom because she got her her business degree, and that was one of her assignments, was to draft a business plan. So I used her business plan as sort of like a template, and then I made my own business plan from that. And now I am in the process of pitching that business plan right now. It's in rough draft right now, but that's what I've been working on, is the rough draft of that business plan. So yeah, that's what I've been working on for a bit now. It's turning out really well. I have some pretty cool ideas that'll benefit the college and myself. So yeah, it's really an everybody wins situation, which is going to be great. So hopefully, when on January 4th, I'll know what my old department head has to say about it, because he's the one that I sent it to. But he's not back until January 4th, which is fine because I'm actually off till that day. So if he gets back on that day and he has time to look at it, maybe I could go in there and see what he's up to, because the first day he's probably not going to be that busy since there's no assignments or anything clogging up his day. So yeah, might be able to go in there and get a talk, get a meeting, see what he thinks about it. So yeah, that's going on. But also we have something else ending on the 4th, the contest for the Total Drama Redonkulous Race contest. So if I end up winning, I'm going to be able to have a chat with some of the people who work at Fresh TV. I'm pretty sure that's going to be like Tom McGillis and them, but I'm not really sure. Because I know Tom McGillis is, he's the president of Fresh TV. But there's also Jennifer Persh and a bunch of other people that work there I'd also talk to about it. And I'd like to talk to them about Total Drama of Sky Island. And what I'd like to talk to them about is not doing, like, I'd like to talk to them about doing the season. But what I think I'd like to talk to them about more would be something I've been sort of thinking about. Star Wars. I went and saw Star Wars Episode 7, not going to say anything, just I went and saw it. And it was really good, and people are praising it as being like the best one that's been released, and since the originals, and it actually stays true to the Star Wars story and all that junk. And I was just thinking, the first 3 seasons of Total Drama are what I consider the best. There's Total Drama World Tour, which is my favorite because the birth of Gwunkin, my favorite couple. But it also introduced Alejandro, and it was something different. It was all around the world, and we actually had some real character development for Heather and other characters. So that was nice. And we got to see a little bit of Owen and Noah, which gave birth to them in the Redonkulous Race. So yeah, there's a bunch of things in Total Drama that all sort of coincide from that one season. So that's what I consider the best. Then we got the original Total Drama, which is considered it's considered bar down the greatest. And then we have Total Drama Action, which some people consider not so great, but I really liked it. But that's just me because Duncan won. That's the only reason why I liked it, was because Duncan won. Somebody who actually deserved to won the money. Some people can say, well, he was a bully, and yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that, Merlin. So you can just you can take that and just sit and spin. If you guys don't know who Merlin is, well, go on the Total Drama Facebook fan page, and you can find out who Merlin is. He's this guy who seems to want to think that I'm a bully, when really I'm not. I'm just a guy who likes to make cartoon characters and tell some interesting stories, but he thinks I'm a bad guy. Either way, doesn't matter. You can go check on Merlin and say, just is a nice guy. I don't care. We're not talking about that. What I wanted to get to was, then in Star Wars, the prequels are considered some of the worst. And I thought that was strange, because I really liked them. Or I liked them because it was some of the only Star Wars films I had seen until the originals. But honestly, I haven't seen them all that much to consider one awful or bad. But what I can say is I've seen every single season of Total Drama, including the Redonkulous Race. And I can say that after Total Drama World Tour, things started to go a little bit bad. They started to go a little bit downhill. And that was just because, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But either way, I can say that, the next couple seasons weren't that great. So that was 1, 2, and 3 were considered really good. And then, if you consider Total Drama All-Stars and Pakatu and Revenge of the Island, seasons 1, 2, 3, or seasons 4, 5, and 6, you consider that those are probably the lesser of the first three. And I was like, well, it seems like Total Drama needs like, it needs a J.J. Abrams. Like, you know, it needs to bring in somebody different to, you know, take hold of the franchise and, you know, breathe some new life into it. And I was thinking maybe I could be the J.J. Abrams of Total Drama, you know, take hold of it for one season and see what happens type thing. And I was like, I could be the J.J. Abrams of Total Drama. So that's what I was thinking about. I thought it was pretty funny. But no, if I get a chance to talk to them, I would like to bring up Oskay Island and, you know, see what their opinion is on that. Like, I know I've been told before they wouldn't do it, but, you know, when people could say that online, they could say as like a general thing. So not everybody and their dog is trying to message them and be like, I want to wait for the show too. And, you know, they might just say that as sort of like, you know, to keep it so not everybody is asking them or saying they want to do it, you know? Because that would probably get decently annoying, I would imagine, having everybody who's a fan find out that a fan got hired to write for the show, and if every other fan that on the planet asking to write for the show because they feel like they could do it too, whereas in my case I've actually worked pretty hard for it. But, you know, that's probably the reason why they keep saying no online. But once you speak to them in person, I don't know, they might change their mind, I guess, just because I've worked pretty hard on my idea. Not saying it's better than anybody else, I'm just saying I've worked extremely hard on mine, and, you know, lots of you guys really like my ideas. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, if I get a chance to talk to them, I can bring up Total Drama Oskay Island and, you know, see if we can get that going and, you know, ask them why they haven't just gone to other mediums like Netflix and stuff like that to get the season made, because what's stopping the season from getting made, or from season 6 of Total Drama from being made, is Cartoon Network gives them the money to make it. But for them to make it, Cartoon Network has to like their idea and believe it can make them money. So if Cartoon Network says, no, we don't like that idea, that season doesn't get made. That's how the business works. Whereas if you're to go to something like Netflix, they're actually pretty open about, you know, letting people do their ideas, and, you know, they don't quite control them as much, and they let them just go with what they want to do and all that stuff. So I would ask them why they don't just partner with Netflix, make Total Drama like a Netflix only type thing. People pay their $8.99 or $9.99 a month to watch it on Netflix, and they also get everything else that comes with, you know, having Netflix. So I would ask them why they don't just do that, because that seems like a pretty valid question. Why don't you guys just, you know, drop Cartoon Network and all these other stations and then just go straight to Netflix? Like, because Netflix is all around the world. There's Netflix Australia, Netflix everywhere. So that transfer or that transition would be very simple to do. Alright, so this is done actually. I'm just gonna... It's probably not finished. There's probably some stuff I can still touch up. But I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright, so let's start working on this. But no, I would ask them why they don't just go straight to Netflix instead of dealing with Cartoon Network and all them, because we all know that Cartoon Network likes to put their fingers where it doesn't belong and, you know, mess things up. Like the intro, like the Total Drama intro was cut short because Cartoon Network didn't want it that long so that they could squeeze some more ads in between the commercial break. Which is, you know, you gotta admit, like, television only exists for advertising. That's the reason why it exists. Whereas Netflix, they don't advertise. They get paid directly by the subscribers all around the world. So that's what pays for all the content that they want to release. So that's why I like Netflix more, because they give the creators more freedom, because the reason why they get paid is because the people who watch their content like what they see. And people usually don't like what they see if they know somebody has been sort of messing with it. So, yeah, that's sort of my... the thing I'd ask them too is, like, why don't you just go straight to a company like Netflix and, you know, just work with them exclusive and have Netflix, like, buy out the contract you have with Cartoon Network and all that sort of stuff, and then just escape that sort of environment and do what you want to do and make the decision you want to make. Because Netflix would obviously let you have that freedom, since you guys would be like the only exclusive like cartoon on Netflix that's really big. Like you have other shows like Flash and all that, like the Flash and Daredevil, and you have all those like shows. But wouldn't it be a lot greater if you guys were the first exclusive, cartoon on Netflix? You guys would be like, you guys would crush it. Like Netflix would definitely buy that. But you wouldn't only get like the kids, you would have other people who watch Total Drama logging on there. It just seems like a greater business move, in my opinion, to go for Netflix, because let's face it, the medium of television is dying, and it's dying very slowly but surely dying. Like more people are getting their content online than ever before, and it's a greater place to be. It's easier to access. When the satellite goes out, you don't lose. Like when the satellite, like when it's cloudy, you can't watch TV. The internet's still gonna work. Internet doesn't rely on satellite or cable, or well, I guess it doesn't rely on cable, but it's gonna be a lot easier to keep the internet going than anything else. Alright, so this is where things are gonna get tricky. Stuff like this is annoying, like right here, this piece right here, it's too curved. So it's gonna create this awkward little thing here, which I hate. So I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit. Sorry, going back to that. Yeah, it's like online is way better than any other medium when you think about it. So I don't know why you would stick with Cartoon Network, who obviously underfund you and are only in it for the money. Well, everybody's in it for the money, but I don't know. It's just the way that Cartoon Network runs their business I don't like. So I would definitely ask them why they just don't go to Netflix and just create specifically with them. That's what I would ask. It seems like a way better and, way easier place to be. What do I want his hair color to be? It's supposed to be like a jerky looking kind of guy, These people are slamming their doors in my apartment. It's kind of annoying. Thought that stuff was forbidden or rental agreement. You know what? Let's go with this color. It's sort of like I don't know. I like this color. Yeah, I like that a lot. So this is gonna be in our thing here. Let's just keep talking. And since I know how to layer this now, I can layer properly. But no, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I'd ask them about why they don't just partner with Netflix. I would ask them that. That'd be one of the questions I want to ask. Why don't you just partner with Netflix? Escape that Cartoon Network type dealings and go straight for the audience. That's what I would ask. But now let's go back to like Total Drama Sky Island, because I'm sort of tangenting off here. I like the skin color. But no, dang, I keep sort of getting sidetracked here because I'm trying to focus. I usually don't talk when I'm making these, so it's kind of distracting me. But yeah, I would definitely ask them about Total Drama Sky Island and what need to happen for that to be plausible, because I know you guys want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. Like it's a great story, and it's also great publicity when you think about it. Show writes fan to help write show. I don't know. I just think that'd be a great publicity. Sorry, I just gotta stare at this for a moment here. Okay, that's fine. I'm just turning that off and on so I can see. Alright. But what else would I ask them? If I, like, I don't know. It's hard to, you know, say what I would like to ask him a bunch of things. Like, you know, I'd like to ask him, like, what's holding back season 6? Like, is it a story problem? Is it a concept problem? Like, what's the problem? Why are they having such a hard time getting it out? Or why you guys having such a hard time getting it out? I would ask that, definitely. That'd be one of my main questions, is what's holding it back right now. But, you know, it could be multiple things. But it'd be fun to ask, you know, what's holding it back. Sorry, I'm sort of zoning out here, trying to get this done. But no, I would ask that. What'd I just do? Oh, jeez, I keep using what is it K? L. Sorry, I keep used to flash shortcuts. Now I'm going back and into Illustrator shortcuts. But no, what sort of questions do you think I should ask them? Like, let me know down below what you would ask if you had a chance to talk with creators of Total Drama and see what they had to say, and you know, let me know what you would ask them. Because if I get a chance to talk to Tom again, it's definitely going to be an opportunity I'm not going to waste. Not like I wasted the first opportunity. I'm just going to, you know, maybe talk, ask a little bit more questions and stuff like that. I don't know, it's hard to say what I'll ask. They might have some like rules or something, or they might say like I can't ask certain questions, but that's perfectly fine if they say stuff like that or tell me that. And I'd also ask them if I could record it. I would like to record the conversation, because if it's like a Skype call type thing, I would definitely want to record it so that you guys can see what I asked. Since, you know, I've mentioned to them, or I know they know I'm on the internet and I do videos and stuff. I'm pretty sure they know that, because I'm part of the group that's supposed to be promoting the Redonkulous Race release, which I'm doing. I'm doing more videos and stuff like that, but no, I'm just sort of like, right now I'm at a bad spot right now. I'm working a lot. Like, I'm working on, you know, I guess actually living. I'm just living at the moment. Like, that's all I can really do right now, is just live, work, you know, get a paycheck, all that fantastic stuff. Sorry, I'm sort of getting distracted here, like staring at this, knowing that it's not correct. Oh, I hate this eye. This eye's gonna bug the crap out of me. I don't think I can actually tilt this eye. I don't think I can do that. Or not tilt it as much. Damn. Alright, well, I'm just not going to worry about that. I'm just going to hide those eyes, and I'll fix them later. That's a later problem. I'm just not going to worry about it. But, nah. Like, I'd like to ask him a bunch of questions, but I might only allow me to ask certain ones, and I might not even win. That's a possibility too. I might not even win, which would suck, because it seems like I would really like to have another chance to talk with Tom and them about the show. Like, yeah. What's going to be is what's going to be. If I don't win, I don't win. If I win, I win. But, no, let's maybe talk about the Jesse Gil story for a moment. Well, for as long as we can. No, the Jesse Gil story, so, yeah, I've been doing this business plan to get a studio to make this with, and, you know, that's what I've been up to with it. I haven't really been animating that much. Oh, actually, I have. The beginning of the video is going to have a cool little new intro I made using Flash. With some of my first animation in Flash, actually. Using my principles of animation that I learned, and, you know, all that junk. And I never animated using Flash before, so it was my first time animating with Flash in that intro video. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Or enjoyed it, as I should say, because it already viewed. Or you guys already saw it. Alright. Let's get these eyebrows on here. Maybe if I put the eyebrows on, those eyes won't look so bad. I might need to go and look at the eyes. I might have to fix the eyes. Eyes can be kind of a pain in the butt. But, you know, that is the life of being an artist. Alright, that looks good. And since this is, let's just copy this eyebrow. And then reflect. Sorry, there's a video happening beside me. The guy's they're talking about some stuff, and I'm like interested in it, but probably pay attention to making my own video. Sorry, I'm just sort of spacing out here because I'm trying to get a good look at this face to make sure it's done properly. And the awful thing about having like a chin line with the way I do this is that it would actually require me to, like, this piece here would just go right into the neck and everything. And then I would draw this in later, which might be what I'm going to do. But I'd like to avoid doing that. Or I might be able to cheat it. This is going to require some major trickery here. But this might be the only way of doing it. I might have a way of getting around this. Yes. Yes. Things are happening. Things are happening and I like them. I like it when I light bulb in my brain and things start happening and I like them. Yes, and I just said light bulbing in my brain. Oh yeah, I thought I'd mention that I'm wearing my hat, my Toll Drama hat. It's the one that I got from Christian Potenza in Vancouver when I went to the Vancouver Fan Expo. First time I met the guy. Vancouver Fan Expo. And yeah, that was the first time I met him. Let's see if this looks right, or did I just mess it up? Messed it up. Cool. Yeah, I messed him, or I messed him. I met him in the Vancouver Fan Expo, and I bought this hat. It was the Animation Nation Army hat. That was way back in 2012 when he was still doing that. I'm not sure if he still is. I'm pretty sure he is, but I think it's something else now. But no, back when he was doing that. And just give me a second here. I'm just gonna fiddle with this. But no, I met him in Vancouver at the Vancouver Fan Expo. And and I think I showed him a little bit of Total Drama Skate Island back when it was like really rough. That was back when I was some of my first designs. Like my first designs, guys, were like really bad, and I can say that like my first couple designs were really awful. But now that I'm a lot better at what I do, I can, say, you know what, I did good for, just learning and starting out. So yeah. But no, I met him, and I remember I wanted to buy like everything he had, so I got like a bunch of autographed pictures. I bought every single button he had and everything, and I just went all out, got everything I could from him, and after that, I've been sort of like collecting pins as I go on it, but they're all Total Drama pins. So every single pin on this hat is a Total Drama pin. So yeah, I got a bunch of Total Drama pins, and then when I got this package from Christine for helping with the Total Drama Redonkulous Race premiere project thing, I got some more pins, the Redonkulous Race pins. So now I have a bunch of the Redonkulous Race pins on it, which are on the back side, but I got them now, so I managed to flip the entire hat, so all the way around the hat is filled with pins from Total Drama. So yeah, I got that. I got my pins. Shit. Sorry. I just noticed that I gotta do this with this now. What happened here? What's going on? There we go. That's fixed. What I gotta do here is I just gotta to fix this. So let's take this, fold this. It's gotta go underneath the hair, over the head. Never mind, it has to do that. What am I talking about? What do I know about what I'm doing? Besides, I should know everything. Sorry, I just gotta really focus on this now because I actually have to zone this out manually, which is kind of annoying. You guys know what I mean by that. I just had to do this. I have to zone it out manually because there's the one line there that's causing problems. So now I just gotta do this and this. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stretch this out really far, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try and sneak it in right there. Now I have a little bit of a point there. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna try and find out. Just give me a second. I got to be very careful. Okay, so it's definitely a head thing, which is fine. I can just adjust that over, and that should alleviate some of that. Alright, I'm just not going to worry about that. That can stay there and be its own special little thing. It can just stay there and be its own special little thing. It doesn't have to go anywhere. It doesn't have to be anywhere. It can be all it wants to be. I'm Jesse Ross, and welcome to the joy of Total Drama. The joy of making Total Drama characters. The exclusive, all-in-depth look at making Total Drama characters. Come with me in this adventure. Sorry, I totally lost where I was. But no, yeah, so the pins. So my hat's totally filled up with pins, like, and people get on my case about being a Courtney hater, and just being totally biased towards Duncan and Glenn as a couple, when you can clearly see on my hat in the front somewhere there is a Duncan and Courtney pin. It was the last one that he had. And also there's actually a video you can go see of me actually meeting Krista Potenza on his channel. Forgot about that. I'm actually on Krista Potenza's channel, and yeah, that was I remember I was actually home in Alberta, and I saw that video, and I showed my dad. I was like, yeah, I actually met the guy, and that's him. and that was pretty cool. Was meeting Christian, and having proof of it online somewhere. So yeah, if you guys want to see see me meet Christian Potenza, that's actually online. You can see that. How do I copy this? What am I doing? Yeah, but yeah, no, I met Christian Potenza, and it's actually online for people to see, which is kind of cool. So my fans can be like, yeah, our dude met Christian Potenza. Nice. Either way, it was super fun meeting him. Nice guy. And yeah, and then I also met him again when I went to Toronto for the second time. I met him again. He had his booth set up, and I went and talked to him a bit and bought some more stuff from him. And I'm not really sure where that stuff went. I think it might be in Alberta. I bought more of it now. I can't remember where I put it. It must be somewhere. Well, it has to be somewhere. Everything is somewhere. Nothing is nowhere. I'm actually in the process of trying to find all the stuff that I bought from Christian. I don't know where I put it. Well, it might be still in some of my moving bags, which would be quite nice if they were, because I would not like to lose. I would like to not lose those. So we're quite hard to get. It came from pretty far to get those. But yeah, filled up my hat finally, so we can finally say that we have all the merch. And my wall has a bunch of the merch I got as well. It's like some posters and stuff. They're not signed, which is weird. Do you think they would sign them and send them off, but they didn't. And I also got some postcards from the Donkless race. Those I think they're in the intro in each episode where they've been. There's like those like these cards that pop up. They're they're postcards. Yeah, I got some of those. See, I got some postcards now, which is kind of cool. Sorry guys, I gotta focus here. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart. There we go. There we go. So let's see how this looks. Because I'm actually doing this really fast, guys, because I don't want to be doing this video for so long. I'm trying to be fast. But I might just be screwing it up more by trying to be fast. I need to change these eyebrows just to be a different shade of black. Damn it, never mind. Keep them. You can have the eyebrows. This needs to be moved over. This needs to be lengthened, actually. It needs to be lengthened. Cool, there we go. Alright, so that's the head. So now what we can do is we can just do this. Take that, put it down here, grab it with this, take that, group it. And yeah, it's all hunky-dory. It's the face. You can take the eyes. Hopefully they're fine. Take them together. You can take the damn it all. Take this eye. Take this eyebrow. Group. Take this eye. Take this eyebrow. Group. Take these two eyebrows and eyes. Group. Take this soul patch. Group with this mouth. Group. Take that. Take that group with that. Group. Then take this and the group with that. And it's all grouped. Now we take that. We group that together. Boom. And we got a neat little head going on. It's gonna be a very quick job. It's gonna be a quickie. Just because I don't want to do this all throughout the whole video. And I'm tired, guys. I actually woke up at noon today, so I'm actually hitting my 13-hour mark, and I'm getting tired. But yeah, what else can I talk about while I'm here? Oh, well, you got me. I might as well talk about the character. So this character is of course Chase Handerbee. He is basically the main villain of, or he's one of the main villains of the Jesse Gil story. What does he serve in this season? Well, he serves as a rival to Jesse in season 2. At the end of season 2, we will see Jesse Gil be taken out of his environment and placed into a new one. You might be asking, what does that mean? Well, season 2 takes place in a juvenile correction, or a correctional facility for juvenile delinquents. I'm not really sure if that's an official title. It might just be a detention center. But in the ToeDrum universe, I'm making it canon that there is a such thing as a kid prison. Kid prison. Gotta love it. But no, we have kid prison. And Jesse Gil ends up being sent to kid prison for what happens at the end of season 1. Very tragic ending. It's going to be... it's going to be an ending that stands out. I didn't want it to be like cookie cutter, good ending type thing. I wanted to have something different. I wanted to do something different. Break that trope that everything has to have a happy ending. Because the Jesse Gil story figuratively does not have a happy ending. No, not that much of a happy ending at all, I must say. But it doesn't have a happy ending, but it has a just ending. And that's the cool thing about the Jesse Gil story, is that you are gonna be like upset at this ending, but you're gonna be like, I'm kind of on the fence about how I feel about it. You're gonna be like, man, that's so unfair, that's so cheap. You're gonna have a certain opinion about it, and it's gonna be what PR gets drive people to the show. Like, it's not gonna have like a bad ending. Like, I don't want to compare now. I could say it almost has an ending similar to Pockatoo Island, but it doesn't. This ending is basically a lot more thought out and a lot more realistic in its approach to what happens. Son of a bitch. I just realized that this is not going to be fun. This part right here. Oh man, I freaking hate when I got a jury rig builds. Because ultimately I would just like this to not be doing what it's doing. I do not want to travel in this direction. I would rather not. You know what? I'm going to go with a very darkish kind of beige color. There. I'm going to go with that. But no, the ending of the Jesse Gil story is going to have people like upset, happy, people are going to be feeling a range of emotion in that finale, and that's what I really wanted to go for. Was I wanted to make people think, I wanted to make it feel, and I don't make it sad for the sake of being sad. I make it sad because it helps drive the character development. When every single season of a show ends on a good note, you basically end up back at square one. That's the way I put it. I don't want to have Jesse Gil end up back at square one, because he needs to progress as a character. And, from the beginning of writing the Jesse Gil story, I've always known that I was going to have this tragic ending, because when I wrote Jesse Gil and told John Mosquet Island, he had this tragic story. And what drove me to want to write the Jesse Gil story was, what is this tragic story? What is this thing that, what is this thing? What caused this all to happen? I wanted to have this story be told of how Jesse Gil, basically is who he is today and why he's like that. and this is my way of telling the story, and I knew from the beginning it had to have a sad ending. But it was just the execution of that sad ending is what I had to work on. Was how was I gonna make this, crushing? How was it gonna make this, brutal? How was it gonna play out? And it ended up playing out really well. When I wrote it, or the ending is already written, so it's like when I wrote it, it was hard to write, and I've actually edited it quite a bit from the time of its conception. I actually have done some reworking of it as I edited the plot later. I went back and would fix the plot to match what I had changed later on. So I remember, I think it was, I mentioned something later on, and I totally realized that I didn't have that in the original Jesse Gil story, so I'd actually have to go back and add that in. Like I think the original ending had Jesse Gil doing a certain thing, and I said, you know what, let's actually have this ending be a lot more, let's just say violent. I didn't want the reason for Jesse Gil to be arrested just as, what I had. I wanted there to be a little bit more of a oomph to it. He didn't just do this, he did something else. He, like, in the course of doing that, he had to do this, and he had to do this as well, and everything led to this, and this is the reason why this happens. This is the reason why he feels this way about this certain thing. And that's why I came in there. I went back and I added those things just because it added a lot more to the story, and it has a lot more of an impact later when finally, after Oskay Island and all the total drama stuff is finished, when we go back to the Jesse Gil story and resolve everything that was left open after season 1, because season 1 sort of leaves everything ominous. Nothing is really fixed. It's just sort of been pushed back. The fight isn't over after season 1. It's been delayed. The climax of the fight has been delayed because, or the conflict, end of the conflict has just been delayed. Jesse Gil has bought time in that ending, or he hasn't bought time. He's basically just, he's stopped the threat at that point, but at a cost, which thus leads to his incarceration. So, it has like that tragic, Jesse Gil saves the day, but he has to do something he doesn't want to do it. And he has to hurt somebody he doesn't want to hurt to do it as well. So yeah, it has a bunch of great aspects to it. And, like, when I think about that ending, it's just like, man, it's gonna rock some people's, it's gonna rock some people. Like, some people are gonna be like, this is the greatest ending I've ever seen for a kid's show. Some people are gonna be like, this is the worst ending. Some people are gonna, it's either gonna be praised by people who understand good storytelling and, character development, or it's gonna be hated by people who just like love Jesse Gil's character so much and don't want to see something that bad have happened to him. And, that's what I wanted. I wanted people to be, like, upset that happened to their character. And, I want people to be angry. And I want people to, hate the villain of the Jesse Gil story much more than Jesse Gil himself hates him because of what this character does to Jesse Gil. And that's sort of, like, the premise. But when I hit season 2, I said to myself, well, how am I gonna make people hate this villain of season 2 more than they're gonna hate the villain of season 1? Because the villain of season 1 is definitely like, oh man, he's a whole other story. That dude, jeez, even talking about the villain, it's like, oh man, how am I gonna go greater, And that's also a problem I've had too, is every time I've written a season of total drama leading up to Oskay Island, I go, how am I gonna make the villain better? Like, when I write, like, mega all-stars and I have to bring back like the all-star villains, I go, how can I make them eviler than they've already been portrayed before? What can I do to take them a step above? How can I make them even a threat to Jesse Gil at this point? Because he's already been through so much and he's been through so many villains. How can this villain be a step up from the last one? That's what I'm constantly going through, is like, how can this villain be even more worse or more evil than the one I've done before? And that's sort of like, I think all shows have a problem with that sort of thing, is how can I make the next villain even greater? Like, I imagine, like The Walking Dead, I imagine that being a constant struggle, is, how can we make the previous villain this villain worse than the one we had before, or more interesting, or more evil? What can we do? And that was the problem I had going into season 2, is how can I create a villain that Jesse Gil has to go up against that's even worse than the ones I had before? And how can this villain not outdo the villains of Oskai Island? Because if Jesse took on a villain greater than the one on Oskai Island, what sort of challenge does that take to him? Because he could easily just defeat that villain and, save the day and win. Or try and win. It had to be a perfect balance of, not outdoing what I've done before, but not outdoing what is yet to come. Because, like I said, I'm writing in the middle right now. I'm writing it in between, so the story has to end at a certain point, leading into total drama, but it has to go from where I left off in season 1 without, in completing that bridge that I've left between the end of season 1 and the beginning of total drama of Sky Island. So that's where I had a lot of challenge, was, writing that middle point, And often I actually just defaulted to, keeping the story simple, or, having the stories not really be about Jesse Gil, or the episodes not really be about Jesse Gil, but be more about, morality, like morality, karma system, what's good, what's evil, is it okay to do bad things to bad people, type thing, because at this point Jesse's locked up with all these bad people and they're trying to do bad things to him, and he's saying to himself, well, it's kind of a common sense, if all these bad people are out to get me and I have to hurt them to protect myself, am I no better than them? Should I find a different way of doing it? Is this the only way of doing it? Can people be reasoned with? Is there a possibility of ending this conflict before it even starts? And Jesse Gil often will, weigh these things or will think about these things and go, can I end a conflict before it even starts? Is there a way of doing this without anybody getting hurt? And that's often a very big theme of season 1. And by the end of season 2, you get to see a complete opposite of Jesse Gil. He's like, nope, I'm not taking any more chances, cutthroat time, people are going down type deal. And that's how season 2 plays out, is you get to see like Jesse Gil, just no boundaries, no morality involved, like no collateral damage involved. It's just all what he wants to do to solve the problem that day. And you get to see people that he actually took out in season 1 in the facility with him, and they get to see how, how season 1 ended affects the way he is now. Because some of them were like the early ones that get taken out by Jesse Gil, and they're like, oh man, before he wasn't this bad, but now he's like, he's like punching people out, and he's just like, messing people up. And you get to see Jesse Gil, even like go through his own morality. He's like, am I really fixing a problem here with my own violence, or am I just escalating further violence from my violence? And it actually dives deep into that sort of thinking. And by the end, it gives us a very clear picture of how Jesse Gil determines how he's gonna act from now on. And we sort of go through the morality of, does violence solve violence, I guess the saying is, does an eye for an eye make doesn't like an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind type thing. And I know I really wanted to touch on this because the way Jesse Gil, the only way Jesse Gil can fight these people back is with violence. And they don't see a reason. These people that he's fighting do not see a reason. They have no sympathy. They do not care who they hurt. They do not care who gets in their way. They will push their own grandmother in front of a bus to get her insurance money type of kind of people. Like they're just out for they're out to look out for numero uno. That's all they're out to look for. And Jesse Gil has to decide, how do I deal with these kinds of people? And because they're all criminals, like they have no remorse for what they've done, and he knows that. Like he, of course, has tons of remorse for what he's done, but at that point, no amount of crying is gonna make his problem go away. Like he's there. He did what he had to do. He did what he did to save the day. Sorry, my voice cracked there. Yeah, like he did what he had to do to save the day, and at the end of the and when all is said and done, that's all he really could do was do what he had to do to save the day. And of course, that ended badly. And when we, it's such an interesting story to try and portray without ruining the plot points. It's like, and even when Jesse Gil goes up against Valentina, like. Jesse doesn't immediately go up against Chase. Like, it's sort of like a build-up. First, he has to deal with Valentina and, the first conflict that happens because Chase is sort of just like, watching and, keeping a close eye on everything. And he's got his own plan, but Valentina has her plan and she's trying to execute her plan before Chase can execute his because they're sort of like in a rivalry, Valentina and Chase. And the first sort of conflict is who can take out Jesse Gil first, and Valentina. It's Valentina versus Chase to see who can take out Jesse Gil first, and Chase quickly finds out that Valentina has her own way of doing things and he has his, but Valentina's way of doing things is probably not going to work, and he knows that, but he's like, nah, I think I'll let her believe she's got a chance at beating me at this, then I'll just sit back and watch the fireworks type deal. Ugh. Jesus, these eyes. Piercing. Not sure what I want to do with that. I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to leave it alone. I'll fix it later because I don't like the way that's turned. That looks stupid. And at the end of the day, I might just say screw it and keep it. I don't know. But no, we dive into like heavy moral stuff with season 2. Like and it's good. It's thought for the mind. That's what I like about my writing is it makes you think. Makes you think about stuff. Makes you think, am I really solving a problem here? Or am I just escalating it? And, Jesse Gil and his friends that season, have to figure that out. They have to, look at the pros and cons and, determine, is this the best thing to do? Is there another way? But sometimes people cannot be reasoned with, and Jesse Gil even says that. He says some people can't be reasoned with, and some people just want to watch the world burn, and these are those kinds of people. You just can't deal with them the way you want to deal with them. And at the very end, Jesse Gil has like this ultimate decision. Do I lose who I am to fight these people and defend myself, or do I hold a higher moral standing and not fight them? And we get to see what he picks, and I think you guys will be surprised at what he picks, or I think you'll be surprised by his ultimatum. Like he basically gives the people that want to take him out an ultimatum, and it's their choice. And he gives like this epic speech, and it's such like I think I've edited that speech quite a bit, and it's such a good speech, and it has to do with like fear, and like fear mongering, and stuff like that, because Chase and them have made Jesse out to be like this terrifying dude, and that that would like I guess I'm explaining it wrong. Chase sort of like intimidates others into doing what he wants them to do out of fear. He's like, either you're gonna listen to me or I'm gonna beat the crap out of you type stuff. And Jesse Gil is like, well, that's not really like cool type shit. He's like that's not really tough, don't you think? Like, wouldn't a tough guy like fight his own battles? He wouldn't drag like a bunch of other people into it. He would just do it himself. And Jason's like, nah, it's funner to watch people fight my battles for me, because I make them. Like, there's no reason why I would actually have to care about these people. They're just here to do what I told them to do. And you stalling just proves how much of a coward you are. And Chase like does those sorts of things. And it plays into heavily about who Jesse is later on in the show. And on Oskay Island, it actually like shows why Jesse's the way he is. And I thought that was something cool, and I wanted to show you guys. I want to tell you guys that story, and that you all know. Jesse Gil has been through it. Like keep saying but. Oh, jeez, my throat there. Oh. So dry. But yeah, you guys will get to see Jesse Gil go through the ringer in season 2, and with Chase. Chase is by far the strongest, and I'm not gonna say the most heartless, but he is the strongest opponent Jesse Gil has ever gone up against to that point. And the way Chase works is such like, I don't know, he's like, Chase is smart and devious, and I used a lot of stuff from Devin to create my Chase, but most of my characters I can relate to a celebrity or something like that. Like, a later villain that I've thought up of is going to be like Sean William Scott, Stifler from American Pie. I wanted to have him be a villain on Total Drama, except without like all the American Pie stuff. I wanted to have like this obnoxious loudmouth, guy that's like, he's intimidating when he gets angry, but he's funny. And I wanted to have this I wanted to have like this Sean William Scott type character. And I actually do have a Sean William Scott type character. I'm not going to say where he appears. I'm not going to say what season. He's not on Oskay Island. He's not in Mega All-Stars. He's not in Western All-Stars. And he does get in a relationship with a girl on the show. So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Yeah. You can actually see this character if you go on my channel and watch the documentary about me. It's called The Journey, the Jesse Gil Story. Yes, I'm super creative with my title names. Everybody give me a gigantic round of applause. He called his one show the Jesse Gil Story. He called his show the Jesse Gil Story, and his documentary the Jesse Gil Story. Give this guy an Emmy. But no, you can actually see this character. His name's Vincent, and he appears later. He appears very far down the line, and he is very. I haven't written him at all. I've written that season's script. I've only written the finale of that script because, oh boy, that season has by far the craziest, the longest, the most insane finale of any season that has ever been on Total Drama or has come out of Total Drama. Like, this season just, ooh, it's so good. Oh, you guys are gonna lose your shit on this season. Oh, it takes the cake this season. This finale is like 240 pages long. It is a crazy long season finale. But after Mega All Stars, it's gonna require a gigantic season finale. Oh man, oh jeez, oh dear. It's so intense, it's so crazy. I'm not even going to elaborate. It is just, when we get there, we get there. Not gonna ruin it. Not gonna say anything else. It's just that season. Oh jeez. It's like Illidan from World of Warcraft. You are not prepared for this season of Total Drama to ruin your pants, because once you watch it, you are going to need to change them. Ugh, man. Like, that season. Oh, Jesus. Brings so many things to a close. So many things. I actually want to write that season now that I think about it. It's so good and so amazing. Who am I? Where do I get off being the only one that knows what happens? It's oh dear. Oh dear. What happened here? Did I just delete the entire pants? Aw, shucks. Damn it. Way to go, me. I was too busy having a mini Craigasm over my own show that I didn't realize I was deleting things I needed. Damn it all. But no, the season finale for that character, for the season that character's in, is whoa, Jesus. It's so good. It's so good. And you guys sort of think that I'm just patting myself on the back, telling myself how great I am, but oh geez. Oh dear. Let's just say some of you fans out there that think that I'm hating on you or against you might just think twice after you see this season. Because gee willikers, Mr. Sandman, you are going to have a lot to say when this is all said and done. Guys are gonna be minds blown, boom, explosions. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna stop mentioning it because it's gonna make you guys even more annoyed. Not knowing. Oh Jesus. Okay, gonna drop it now. Gonna drop it for you guys. Gonna drop it. Gonna drop it like it's hot. Damn it. That wasn't the right one. Balls. This is why I didn't want to mess with this. This is why I didn't want to do it. I said I didn't want to do it, but I did. But no, the Sean William Scott character, even him, at that point, we've had, at that point, we will have, he, oh God. He has, he is such a unique villain, the Sean William Scott character that I made, because you hate him, alright, you can hate him, but in every single American Pie movie, especially American Wedding, Stifler screws up. He screws up royally. He does something stupid. He messes everything up. Drops the ball. No, he done goofs. In American Wedding, he does that. He done goofs. He done messes it up. But then, just as he messes it up, he ends up fixing it. And you know, this villain, like, he's not intentionally bad, but he is by far the most violent villain we've come across. And when I wrote his character, and I wrote the premise of his character, he doesn't start off as a bad guy. You know, he is he's manipulated into being a bad guy. You know, and the person who manipulates him, guys are gonna lose your minds over it, because I'm just gonna say it, like, the Jesse Gil Story crosses over into total drama. And oh man, oh my, people that were in the Jesse Gil Story get to be in this, and oh my, things get crazy, things go nuts. Jesse Gil has a laugh. Oh man, like I said, not gonna ruin it though. Not gonna ruin it, because to ruin it would be a crime against humanity. Nah, not that much. But no, like when I design villains, and you know, I try and up myself every single time. It gets hard to do each time, but for you guys, I try my best to outdo my last villain every single time I make one. Not sure if somebody's knocking on my door or not. It's only like 151. I usually make a video 151. But when I make a villain, like, I go a little bit further each time, and it's hard to balance that out, you know, making a villain, and then, like, I guess the Sean William Scott villain, like, I have him be bad, you know, I have him, you know, he's gonna do something to a character you guys like, and you are not gonna be happy about it. Some of you might be happy, some of you might jump for joy, but like, even when I think about writing this, I get like a little bit nervous as to what fans are gonna think, because the culture that this character comes from is just completely different from what you guys have seen before. Like, it's like it's an entirely different kind of culture this guy comes from, and Jesus. Like I said, thinking about what I have to do to this character to make him as evil as I could possibly get him, it kind of makes me feel bad. And I say kind of because it's my job. Like, as a writer, you gotta kill your darlings. Don't be afraid to kill your darlings. And this darling, oh my God. Alright, well, I guess that was nothing. And since my controller's dead, I don't even need the headset on my head anymore. So just screw nothing on my head. And did my chair ghost rise for you guys? Did it ghost ride? Likes to do that. But no, freaking, to have this Sean William Scott character, like, go completely evil, I had to really, really amp up the evil on him. Like, to a point where even I was like, ooh, jeez. I had to go further, and I went further. And I'm not sure how far back I can go after this. Cause like, oh man, does he really, he crosses the line. But he doesn't just cross it, he destroys the line. And like, man, people are gonna be pissed off. Like, that's the thing. Whenever I make a new villain, I go, oh man, what's really gonna piss people off? I don't mean like pissed off in the way like this is bad. I mean like pissed off in the way like, oh man, I really hate this guy. Oh man. Jeez, sorry. Like I said, it must just seem like I'm just stroking my own ego, but damn. The things I have to do to characters to make other characters interesting is so bad. Oh boy. And oh god, there's even a build up to this character being ruined by Vincent. Oh Jesus. Like, just thinking about what has to happen to this other character so that Vincent seems like an evil villain. Oh damn, people are gonna be mad. People are gonna hate me. It's not gonna be a fun day for me. But no, oh shit, Vincent, so evil, so good. But I gotta admit, I gotta say something. He does something pretty evil. Okay, it's pretty evil. You could say he crosses the line. And does he get punished for it? Yes, he does. He does face the consequences of doing what he did. And the person who makes him for the consequences, ooh, jeez. Let's just say it's not Jesse Gil. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not Jesse Gil. Because Jesse Gil has his own way of dealing with that problem. And you know, that problem it's not really his problem. Like, sure, it's a general problem for the people on the show, but at that point it's like there's not much Jesse can do to help them. Ugh, if you guys didn't know, God. Like I said, the shit I have to do to make the next villain even more extreme than the last one is redonkulous. But no, damn it, I screwed up the colors on these pants. How did I do that? Let's make those that color. Let's take these. Let's make these darker. Shade of black almost. There we go. Let's take these colors here. Make them same color as that. Boom. There. That was a really quick one. That's what I call a toll drama quickie. Oh, let's go fix this crap though. Back to the eyes and the head. Source of all things that I friggin' hate. Designing faces. Ooh, Jesus. Irks me a little bit. Sometimes our face doesn't turn out proper. It can ruin my day. Can ruin my day, boo boo. Now, am I missing face detail? Son of a... That's what it is. Missing face detail. It looks too happy. You look too happy. Stop being so happy. You looking up? Stargazing? Damn it. Like I said, this is a fun process. Now you guys get to see what I have to do before the design's perfectly finished. Oh, happy day. Oh, I could have swore somebody was just running down my hallway yelling for help, but... well... might just be it's New Year's and people are drunk. Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Now let's hide the face. Oh, let's hide these. And those. And that. Okay, here we go. Now we can create what I like to call the eyebrow slits. And you say, what are eyebrow slits? And I go, they're those things that UFC fighters have on their eyebrows. For no apparent reason. Besides to look cool. Or there's a reason for it and I have no idea why. Might be like a grip thing. I have no idea. I'm like, you know, he's pulling on me eyebrows a whole bunch there. Needed to stop. Well, let's cut those suckers a little bit. I don't know. I guess this looks cool. There's a bunch of people outside my apartment. Alright, so let's just unhide everything. There we go. I don't like how thick these are. I might just put them down one. And make them closer together, because it looks kind of stupid when they're far apart. Just have it like that. Like that. Let's take this one and move it over. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna do something really cool. We're gonna hide the face again. We're gonna hide the eyes. Boom, we're gonna hide all of it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use our L shortcut to do this. But no, I'm just gonna keep rambling on and on about it forever, but man, oh boy. What I make the Sean William Scott character do is gonna piss you guys off. Some of you guys are gonna be like, yes. Some of you are gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, you guys are just gonna, like I said, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. Chances are you're probably gonna love it. Guys are gonna be like, yeah, take that person down a peg. Shh. We didn't like you anyways, character that he keeps talking about. Because let's be honest, you guys, the fans are still out to town with this character. Well, some of you are. Some people are like in love with this character. Others are just like, you know what? I don't really care much for them. They could they're just you know, OP. Don't like that character. They're too OP. Why do I really hate this thing looking right now? It looks dumb. Let's make this bigger. Boom. There we go. Sweet. But no, like I said, some people are either gonna like love this Sean William Scott character. I like the Sean William Scott character. I think he's like extremely funny. Like, he is really hilarious, and he actually poses a serious threat to Jesse Gil, which is hard to do. Trust me. At that point, it is extremely hard to do. It's like, what trumps this? What makes this even more threatening than the last guy? Why do I keep writing villains that are hard to surpass each other because they're so much more awesome than the last one? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Their answer is, because I love you guys. Sometimes you gotta kill your darlings. And oh boy, do I kill this darling very well. Well, I don't want to murder a character. That'd be ridiculous. But oh boy, do they ever have a bad time. They have a bad time. And yeah, it's not a fun time. You know that song by Carly Rae Jepsen and that one dude from Owl City? Yeah, it's called Good Time. No, they don't have a good time. In fact, they have a bad time. They have a bad time of it. Why does this not look good? Want to know why? Because this line here needs to be cut off right. Yeah. And then this part, yeah, needs to be boop, boop, cheap. Don't do that. Come back. Come back, Wallace. This part, yeah. Oh. No, stop it. Come back. I need you. I need you to stop what you're doing. I need you and you, not you. I mean you, to move up here. Damn it all. Well, I done goofed it again. I done goofed it, Bobby. Let's just move this what am I doing? Oh jeez, just getting ruined. Oh dear. Let's solve this little problem we're having here. Okay, this is gonna require some magic, and by magic I mean unlocking the group I need to go into. If you heard that whisper. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the group here. We're gonna have our A key, our A key, and our achy pakey. It's achy. It's an achy in my pakey. It's the letter A key. Damn it! I screwed it up twice. Man, am I bad. Having a bad time of it. Okay, here we go. Boop. Boop. There we go. Now let's take this one. Throw it under there. Now what we can do is we can do this. Sweet. Now to do what I should have done at the beginning of the video. Save. I'll just save it to the desktop. Yeah, it works. Okay. Now I need to fix this stupid thing up here because it looks like crap. Okay, what I'm going to do this one is I'm going to delete this pot, and this pot. Then I'm going to take this one and delete this part and this part. So this part and this part belong together, and this part do. Let's take this part and put it over here above this part. Then we can take the group and then we can move it down or up. But better yet, I can move this over and even do this, because you know what? I can do whatever I want. Let's just take the whole group and move it over. There we go. Looking good. All right. You know what? I think that's good. Maybe what I could do is to just make this look a little bit less dumb. So I could unlock that first and then start pissing with it. Damn it. What are you doing? What's locked? Oh, man. Bad time. Having a bad time. No. Like to better big. Give him some monster. No, no. Looks stupid. There. Oh. Go forward in time. Ah, hell. Ah, shucks. Gee willikers, Batman. No, things are just going wrong. Booyah, there we go. There, finished. Oh no, wait, not finished. Not finished at all. I thought it was weird that I didn't do this. There we go. Sorry, I got really quiet. I was just listening because people are in the hallway. And plus, this face is just bugging the crap out of me. But no, I think I got it fixed. There. And I'm not going to read about the posing of the character at the moment. I'm just going to get the basic design. Because once I have it done in Flash, I can fix all the posing and all the balancing issues and all that junk. It's hard to do in this because of this reason here. This is connected to here and here, and these are independent. Let's straighten out the arm, because this arm is definitely not where I want it to be. If I want to do that, I gotta do... It's not gonna work. But just show you guys what I mean. If you guys don't believe me, I'd have to do this and then Oh no, things are just going crazy. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Now, to just finish this off by removing this, and what we do is we just do this, flip back and forth, see if we remove the image back in, and flip back and forth, see what we achieve we want to achieve. Oof, close. We're really close, but I think I know what will do it. His eyes are looking a little bit too small. Let me just get this all sorted out here. There we go. Now let's just take this eye, move it over. I think that'll do it. Just need to make those eyes a little bit bigger. Yeah, whatever, it looks a lot cooler. Looks more menacing. Let me just check that ear really quick. Oh, that ear has a ring in it. Back in we go. I think I might change it though. I think I'm gonna have, well, what I could do is I could just cheese it. Cheese it! Let's just cheese it! Cheese it! We're just gonna cheese it. How are we gonna do that, you may ask? Well, we're gonna cheese it like this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to now find the ear, which has been placed in here, I think. We're going to take these two groups and we're just going to move them in the ear area. Since this ear has a group layer, we can move these two inside. Let's actually not do that. So since it's like that, where it's going to be, oof boy, let's close that. Oh yes, just cheese it, cheese it. No one likes to be cheesed. Oof, Jesus, this is getting rough. Wish there was a parenting system. Sorry, I sit back. I had to sit back because my back's hurting because I have to lean forward to get close to the mic. So my back's like, I give up. There we go. Not going to worry about its orientation. Doesn't really matter. He just needs to have that. And they'll keep them all the same color. Doesn't really bother me that much. And you guys are probably wondering, like, his hair color's a little bit pale. He's supposed to be like this grungy, dirty kind of guy. You know, like, he doesn't have proper hygiene. And I would assume that all the characters we see on Total Drama are a little bit more civilized, you know, not institutionalized. Because Chase is like the most he's like the second most dangerous teen in Canada. He's after Jesse. And, well, Jesse gets that title at the end of season 1, which is why you guys will want to watch season 1, because you get to see how Jesse gets labeled the most dangerous teen in Canada. Oof, you'll get to know why. You'll get to know why, champ. You'll get to know why. And, yeah, and Chase is the second, or he was first. Oh, son of a bitch. Control Z. But he was first, and then Jesse beat him for the spot with what happened in season 1. And you guys will be like, oh man, what happened in this season 1? What went down? Was it crazy? But yeah. So there we go. So this is Chase Handerbee, the villain of season 2 of the Jesse Gil Story. And of course, season 1's villain is NGK, the Next Generation King. And now we have season 2's villain, Chase Handerbee, the second most dangerous teen in the world. Or you could say, since most people are going to find out Jesse Gil isn't all that evil, that he is the true #1 most dangerous teen in the world. So yeah, this is him, Chase Handerbee. And I see a layering error. Not so sure if you guys can see it, but I can. So I'm just gonna flex my muscles here and just to fix this really quick. I'm just gonna fix it really fast because I noticed this junk. Because I am... Because I'm smart. I am so smart. I am so smart. That wasn't it. What is going on here? Yeah, no, that'll have to do. There we go. But anyways, guys, that was, oh, I better frame this properly. Yeah, this was a Chase Handerbee. Sorry that my face cam type thing is really pixelated, but it is using my really out of date built-in webcam into my Mac, which is running off my CPU power, which might have caused the video to lag a little bit. And if that is the case, I apologize. But I thought I'd try something new today. It's now 2:22 in the morning. I'm probably going to go to bed soon. Or, yeah, I'll probably go to bed. Oh. But anyways, guys, wish me luck on January 4th when they announce the winner or the contest closes for Total Drama Ranunculus Race or the Ranunculus Race. I entered myself and Jesse Gil into the fray. I think a really cool thing would be is if they actually used the winner of the contest in the next season. That would be sick, because I've actually written something for that just in case. The whole team bio for Team Jesse is what I called them. Team Jesse's bio actually extends off the end of season 2 of the Jesse Gil Story, but at the same time bridges back into Escape Island if it has to. So I basically have so many contingency plans. I could create the show after the world ends. That's how many contingency plans I have. But of course, I'm just joking. But I do have an ending for. I do have a lead-in for their Redonkulous race. If they want to use Team Jesse for the Redonkulous race, I have a lead-in. So yeah. But this has been the live creation of Chase Handerbee, the villain of Season 2. I touched a little bit on him earlier, but just to give a quick recap, Chase Handerbee is the number 2 most dangerous teen in the country of Canada. I think before I said world, it's actually Canada. He was arrested for being the ringleader of an underground fight club. And when the police started to investigate, he would find out which officer was in charge of the investigation and go to their home and basically destroy it, leaving behind a message of, if you dig any further, I will come back. So those police officers would then leave the case and would drop it, except for one, Officer Cambridge. One of the best police officers in the city decided to take the case on for himself because he didn't like the idea of people being scared into leaving a case, so he took it upon himself to investigate. He got extremely close to proving Chase as the leader of the group, so Chase decided he was going to do what he usually does. He went to Officer Cambridge's house and destroyed some stuff and left. But Officer Cambridge didn't drop it, and Chase was eventually questioned. That's when Chase said he had enough, and he decided to go there once more, and this time he was going to steal a lot of things. But in the process, Chase was caught by Officer Cambridge, and a fight ensued, and Chase was betrayed by one of his associates that turned him in for the crimes he had committed. But unfortunately, the person who turned Chase in was prosecuted by association and sent to juvenile hall with him. And this character ends up helping Jesse Gil take down Chase inside once and for all. So, Chase's personality. Chase, he's very, I guess I could say, he likes to think things through very well. Ever since he was betrayed by one of his own people, he likes to just sort of sit back and, take a breather, evaluate the situation, figure out what's the best plan of action. Really think it through. He is definitely a huge thinker. He does not like to act irrationally. And boy, does he hate it when people act irrational. But he has no problem with it. He hates it, but he's like, man, if you're going to be dumb, go be dumb. I don't really care. He has this sort of calm, like this sort of, quiet evil about him at first sight. And then when you get to, when you really sort of dig into him, you realize that he is this really, really upset teenager. I guess the inspiration behind Chase was there was this guy I went to college with. Or I guess not really guy. It was just there was just, I don't know, I can't really remember. I think Chase is an original character of mine. I don't think I had any inspiration for him. I think it was just I wanted to create a villain that was strong enough that Jesse Gil just couldn't outpower him like he does NGK a little bit in season 1. Like Chase is like a karate black belt, and he's all these things, and like his brother's like a karate black belt, and they train together, and that's why Chase started the Fight Club in the first place, was because him and his brother would always fight, and he liked that, so he created the Fight Club to sort of continue that sort of thing. And, Jesse Gil can't simply just take down Chase. I wanted to make this character that was like impossible for Jesse Gil to take down as he is at the beginning of that season. It's impossible. Although Chase could easily could have defeated Jesse at the beginning, he chooses not to. I guess it's because he wants to see what happens, because there's that thing between him and Valentina that Chase wants to see how Valentina actually works. He has a good idea of how she works. He knows what she's like, but he has no idea how she takes out an enemy. So Chase sort of like lets her go ahead and take a swat at it and see how it turns out. If she succeeds, he's already planned for that type thing. But no, Chase is I guess you could say Chase is a good opposite of Jesse in the way that they view leadership. Chase is more of the you do what I say or I'll hurt you, whereas Jesse is a do what I say because I'm asking you and because it's the right thing to do. Like they both have a very different ideology. And I think in the final confrontation, I think Jesse's line is, I think Chase says, "Are you afraid of me?" And Jesse Gil says, or no, I think something's going to happen, and Chase says, "Are you afraid?" And Jesse says, "Yeah, I am afraid, but not of you, but of the way you think." And Jesse Gil goes on this sort of speech about how leadership acquired through fear and fear-mongering and threats of violence is not really leadership. That's just forcing people to follow you because they feel scared otherwise. And it basically goes down to the politics of fear and division versus unity and love, and that's sort of the polar opposites they have. It's sort of like it's an ideology difference, and Chase has a very set ideology, and Jesse has a very set ideology as well, and these two are natural leaders, and one manages his people through fear and one through the feeling of justice and righteousness. So Jesse's leadership is more of a righteous doing what's right type of leadership, whereas Chase is a do what I say for my own needs type of leader. I guess you could say it's very if I was gonna go off politics, it would be like Donald Trump versus Justin Trudeau, whereas Justin Trudeau is more of a leader who doesn't use fear and division as a tactic to gain supporters, but uses like a hope, and he uses hope. He uses like hope and unity, and we won't be scared by your scare tactics type leader. Very righteous, very let's do what's right type leader. Whereas Donald Trump is be afraid. The Muslims are bad. The Mexicans are murderers and rapists and all that stuff. And there's that sort of leadership, and then there's another leadership. And Chase is a leader that uses fear and division to gather followers, whereas Jesse Gil is a leader that uses righteousness and a sense of justice to gain leadership. Like, people want to follow Jesse because they feel like he's doing the right thing and that he is the righteous one, and he's fighting for justice. And Chase is the one who is fighting for pride. He's fighting for like pride, his own self gain. He is very, very egocentrical to himself. So what makes Chase a little different from any other villain. So hiccup. And I guess what makes Chase the most different villain is the fact that he is the only villain to... I don't want to say what makes him different, because what makes him different, he is the only villain that manages it's hard to think of a way to say it without spoiling anything, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Chase is the only villain that beats Jesse Gil. He is one of the only villains to ever beat Jesse Gil. And that's all I'm going to say. He's one of the only villains to beat Jesse Gil. And you might say, well, that's ruining the whole ending. You're saying Jesse loses at the end? Like, how is that no different from season 1? Well, he beats Jesse Gil. He beats him good. But, yeah, Jesse doesn't go down without a fight, and he comes back. And he gives Chase a run for his money. But he's the only villain that ever really pushes Jesse to his absolute breaking point. And, oh man, like, if you guys want to know sort of a little bit about it, you can go check out the animation I made, because, yeah, that's oh, jeez, it's intense. It's super intense. Like, writing that scene was one of the hardest things I had to do, because Jesse Gil takes a beating, but he also kicks a lot of ass. Like, you were going to see Jesse Gil kick some ass. He is going to fight against Chase and his people. And it's going to be an iconic moment, because Jesse Gil fights a whole army of people by himself. Every single person in that juvenile center is on Chase's side, and they're all against Jesse. So it's like 100 for, it's like 1 versus 100, and Jesse Gil has no way of getting out of there. He has to stand and fight, and he has to take on the top 10 most dangerous teens in the world, including Chase and the number 11, who is knocked out due to Jesse Gil being placed number 1. Jesse Gil fights every single one of them, and every single person in the juvenile center, basically to prove that Chase's ideology is wrong. And man, it is quite the brawl. Like, and later on, people will find, like, people on the show will find out what Jesse has been through. Like, I think it's in the lead-in from Oskai Island to Western All-Stars. And I think I actually wrote it into some points in Oskai Island where some people actually recognize Jesse Gil from this moment. And oh man, like, because this event makes nationwide news in the Toad Drum universe. But I think it's Jesse Gil is 17 at the point of season 2. So if we're gonna go chronologically through total drama seasons, season 1 they were all 16, or approximately all 16. Jesse Gil is a year older than the total drama contestants now. So when he was 17, they were 16. So when Jesse Gil was in juvenile hall, Total Drama Island was taking place. And that's why everything sort of pans in together, because Jesse Gil doesn't know them at all. Or he was in jail when it was all happening. And he was also in jail through all the other seasons being aired. So there's no way he could have watched Total Drama. And that's why Carter picks him, because he's never seen Total Drama before. And but no, later on, some characters on a Scary Island will eventually figure out that Jesse Gil was the guy who was in that big yard brawl. And it's good. Has a very Naruto-esque ending, if you guys have seen the final fight between Sasuke and Naruto. And I don't literally mean that. I mean like it has like a cool fight like that. Not like using chakra and all that crazy magic stuff. But I mean like just the raw what the fight means, like what the fight means is important. Like, because some people are going to say, well, you can't have violence in the show. Well, that's okay. Well, it's weird. What is that? Resources. Either way. But some people are going to say, you can't have violence in the show, and I'm going to fight that. If they say take the violence, I'm going to fight it, because it's like, the reason what makes the fight so important is because at the beginning, Jesse Gil gives people the option to not fight. He says, you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight me. Chase wants you to fight me. You don't have to. You guys can all walk away. But I think the important part is about the fight is Jesse does not resort to it. He is forced to do it. Because sometimes in life you are forced to fight. Like sure, it's frowned upon. You shouldn't fight other people. You should use your words. But sometimes words aren't enough. If someone's mugging you or robbing you, you can try and talk them out of it, but sometimes they don't. Words to them mean nothing, and you have to fight. It's either fight. It's fight or flight or surrender. And Jesse Gil has no intentions of surrendering, and he has no way of flight. He has no way to get out of it, so he has to fight. And rather than let himself get beat up, he protects himself. I think that's the important part about it. Is in this situation, Jesse Gil has no choice but to defend himself. And this is something I believe in, is when you are put in a situation where your life is in jeopardy, you have every single right to protect yourself and fight. When words cannot solve avert the situation. So that's what happens at the end of season 2. We have this awesome final breaking point, and everything in between is even better. Like, there's some epic moments, there's some touching moments. You'll see why Jesse is fighting by himself instead of with his friends that he makes in the center. And, you know, it's gonna be great. Hopefully we can get something going after, hopefully on the 4th, or with my own studio. So either way, I'm gonna end this, guys. Thank you for watching. It's probably like a 2-hour long video, 2 hour 40 minutes, 2 hour 30, an hour 30, an hour something. So hopefully it wasn't too long of a watch. Hopefully you guys like this video. This has been the creation video for Chase Handerbee, the villain of season 2 of the Jesse Gil story. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below what you thought. Comment down below about anything. If you want to, leave multiple comments. Stop the video. Comment as we go along. Kind of would have been better put this at the beginning, but it doesn't care. But like I said, leave a comment down below and subscribe. And if you want to, you hit like. I hear that's a big deal. People liking videos. You guys give me some thumbs up. I like the thumbs up. I like it when people some people point that out. They go 38 likes, 0 dislikes. Nice. I never noticed that because usually when people leave a thumbs down, it's because I've said something about a character that they like. They don't like me saying that. But it's whatever. It's whatever. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video before I ramble on a little bit too much longer and I get too dragged away. So thank you for watching. Remember to enter the contest before the 4th to have a chance to win some swag from Fresh TV and to get the interview with, or to get the talk with the online executives of the show and all that good stuff. So if you want, you can check it out. Go to Fresh. I think it's on Fresh Inc. If you just Google Fresh TV Inc. like Fresh TV Incorporated, just type in Fresh, FRESH TV INC, and if you Google that, you will find the Fresh website. You can probably find the contest from there, and you gotta follow the instructions and you'll be fine. And there's also a special one on the Facebook fan page where you can, if you live outside of Canada, because the contest is for Canadians only, and some of my subscribers here are not from Canada, you can go to the Total Drama Facebook fan page and you can join the group. And if you message Christine Thomas, the administrator, she can direct you the information for the other contests that they're holding for people outside the country, because Christine was kind enough to let people outside the country have a chance at some swag from Fresh TV. But I'm pretty sure it might be on the contest page itself now. So yeah, if you're in Canada, enter the contest. If you're outside of Canada, enter the other contest. And I will see you guys next time. Subscribe for more videos, and if you guys like this video, tell me and I'll make more of them. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.